Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grace Game Day. We are live from New Boston, Texas, where the Grace Cougars are getting ready to go to battle against the New Boston Lions. I'm Preston Proctor. With me tonight is Josh McElhaney, and we are just about set for kickoff, just a few minutes away, and we're glad that you're joining us tonight. It's our pleasure to bring you the action. It was a nice long drive to get here. Had to make a pit stop in Dangerfield and help out the crew there with some equipment. And then we continued our journey on here. And Josh, we've been working for the last almost 2 hours trying to get that one particular new camera to work, and it has just been not working for us.
Quite a frustrating endeavor, but have no fear. Old Faithful is here. And we've got the old school camera set up on the mount, and so we are ready to broadcast this game. And we will get that PTZ cam figured out for next week.
Yep, we'll get it done. We will get it done. So we are set. We're in the top of the broadcast booth here. Got a little garage door action open in front of us. We're in the same room as the Grace coaches, and so hopefully we don't make each other mad tonight. I know they're not going to make us mad, but we might make them mad. We get kind of loud, so we're going to do our best to be mindful of them. But we're glad you're with us tonight as Grace is now exiting the tunnel and entering the field of play, and we are just about set for some football.
Yeah, it's a little bit more muggy and humid than we'd like up here in this booth. We don't get the luxury of AC tonight. The door's open. We've got natural air blowing through. So we're praying for a little breeze to come through here and take some of this heat off our backs.
Yeah, Josh, by a little bit muggy, I think you meant a lot. We all misspeak from time to time, but I think we meant a lot, right?
Yes, sir. But we're good.
We're good. We're going to make it.
The shirt is soaking wet, but it's football weather.
So Grace is now heading to their sideline. Teams will be meeting at the midfield momentarily. And we're going to pause now for the national anthem.
To honor America, we ask that you join in singing as the New Boston Military Stride with Pride Band plays our national anthem.
All right, and after the playing of the national anthem by the New Boston Band, it's just about time for some football.
Yes, sir.
Captains for both teams will be meeting in the center of the field. Momentarily, we'll have the results of the coin toss. The game officials tonight are from the Tyler Football Officials Chapter. The referee is Joby Jones. The umpire, Andre Plata. The headline judge, Roderick Hopes. The line judge, Keith Cofield. The back judge, Travis Verona. The side judge is Tyler Basin. And the field judge is Jason Adams. Captains for New Boston, Cason Campbell, Dave Glass, and Bryson Thomas. Elijah Hicks, Doak Porter, Dale Heck, along with Braden Wells, captains, and Justice McQuay, captains for the Cougars.
All right, the teams are at midfield. Josh, I'll be really excited when we're able to get that other camera working consistently the way we want it to.
Yeah, because it's definitely easier on me.
Grace Community has won the toss and will receive and defend the north goal. New Boston will be kicking off and defending the south goal.
So,
All right.
win the coin toss and receive.
So Grace is going to get the ball on offense first.
I like Coach Russell coming out aggressive.
There you go. Get that offense on the field. Let's go strike first.
Let's get some momentum going. Let's not react tonight. As we look to bounce back from a tough week last week. And looks like everybody's getting in position. We're about ready for kickoff here.
All right, so welcome to Grace Game Day. We are in the Hope Church broadcast booth. It is a balmy 81 degrees at kickoff. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now that it is feels like more than that.
Feels like about 937.
Oh, boy.
Now, how much of that has to do with us being up here for 2 hours wrestling with that ignorant camera? And how much of it has to do with the actual temperature? I don't know, but
I'm going to tell you right now that I know part of it is my blood pressure. That is without a doubt.
yes, sir. That's
At all.
frustrating.
But here we go. Grace with BA. And it looks like Cole Stanley back there. Nope, I'm sorry, Elijah Hicks. It's going to be BA. Upfield to the 20. Brought down at the 22. And so that is where Grace is going to set up shop.
Now let's see how the offense comes out.
There's been a lot of sickness.
I was going to say it's been a tough couple of weeks with sickness and injuries, and practices have been kind of hit or miss for some of these guys. We had guys barely getting cleared today to play, and you want to see them come out and just really put their foot to the gas right off the jump.
Shotgun formation. We got motion. Porter coming in motion. And it's going to be a pitch to McQuay coming near sideline. And he gets up to the 25 before he's pulled down.
McQuay, the ball carrier. Nick Goodman makes the tackle for the Boston.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. And it's Cole Stanley at quarterback tonight, starting for Grace. And now McQuay is going to go in motion out of the backfield. Stanley, and we got whistles.
Penalty flags on the field.
Looks like a false start on Grace. A lot of confusion that time coming off the snap.
Illegal procedure against Grace Community.
So that's going to go against Grace.
5-yard penalty.
And it'll back them up.
13.
2nd down and 13 now. And you don't want to get behind the chains early like that. But they got guys in new positions just out of necessity, Josh. And so sometimes it starts that way. McQuay going in motion. Shotgun snap to Stanley. He's going to lob it over the middle. That's got to be a holding.
Where's the flag?
There we go. Thank you.
That was a very obvious holding.
He had his jersey stretched out 4 yards.
And that was a good vision that time by Cole to see him. I can't see what numbers bunched up. Who was that at receiver? Running down. Is that 5?
I believe it was number 5, which would be Elijah Hicks. But, you know, his jersey being stretched out like that 5 kind of got distorted.
Yeah, kind of like a 6 or an 8. But either way, Cole able to see him streaking down the middle of the field, and the defender had no choice but to just grab and prevent what would have been a really big gain.
And so it's going to be pass interference on the defense.
Ball was in the air. So good call by the refs that time. It gives Grace back up to the 35 and a first down.
So 1st and 10 now. They let the clock run a little bit longer, so I've got to get started here. Handoff to B.A. up the middle, bouncing toward the outside, and he's going to gain a tough couple of yards.
He's so hard to bring down.
And Josh, I think they actually are going to give him 4 on that. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, when you have nothing going and there's no holes and you're still able to pick up a good 4 yards on 1st down, that's just such a positive way to start a set of downs there.
Yeah, that was tough running there. They had him in the backfield dead to rights, and he just kept stepping through tackles. Shotgun snap, play action fake. Stanley under pressure. He's going to have to try to run for it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gains a yard there.
That was almost disastrous as that ball kind of popped out. He was able to catch it on his shoulder as it started to run upfield, but turnovers were an issue last week. I think we had, 5 turnovers? So holding on to the football this week is going to be a big priority, a big emphasis for this coaching staff was just to try to control the mistakes.
3rd and 5. Jet sweep. It's Henry. He's got room across the 50. Down to the 45.
But a flag comes in the backfield, and he's going to call it.
I believe B.A. was moving a little early. I saw it live, and I was hoping nobody saw anything, but
you hate that because that was a great play design.
So now 3rd and 5 is going to become 3rd and 10.
Etheridge now in at quarterback here on 3rd and 10.
Empty backfield for Etheridge. He's back looking, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run and gets tripped up and hit in the back.
Flag comes in late.
And we got a flag.
Face mask. On who is it, though? Face mask on New Boston.
And he looked like he was signaling toward New Boston. Now there's some conversation taking place. So now we'll get the signal.
Personal foul face mask against New Boston. Will be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down.
So that penalty is going to mark it off 15 yards. And it's going to give Grace a 1st down.
Yeah, so a penalty offset would be 1st down on 3rd and 5, and then a penalty against New Boston offsets would have been a stop on 3rd and 10. And now Grace is going to be in great position here. Keep this drive going on 1st down inside midfield.
It takes them almost to where the line of scrimmage would have been before the illegal shift. But we'll take an all-state 1st down however we can get it.
Absolutely.
From the 48-yard line. Etheridge with a hard count. Now the clock's running. And so, okay. I'll play with him. It's going to be a handoff. That's McQuay, and he's just trying to find a seam and not able to find it.
Yeah, he was looking and looking and looking, and there's just nothing opened up. And
Jackson Murphy makes the tackle.
Showed a lot of patience there, but just ran out of real estate. It's going to be a loss of 2 now. Back to midfield here on 2nd down.
That makes it 2nd down and 12 from midfield. McQuay in the backfield beside Etheridge. Now Porter's going to come in motion. Handoff to McQuay. No, excuse me. Play action fake.
Oh, no.
And that ball is loose. And I think Etheridge was able to get back on it there.
Look, I couldn't tell if the ball just popped out of his hand or if the defender was able to get his hand on his arm as he was getting ready to start his throwing motion. But either way, that was a fumble, and we're going the wrong way now.
Yeah, that turns it into a 3rd and 30.
Third down, now leaving 30 after the loss of yardage back to the 30-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is now the 38. McQuay in the backfield. 4 wide receiver set. Gardner is in the slot. Snap to Etheridge, looking. He's going to wind up and throw it deep down the far sideline. Jump ball, incomplete.
There's no room there on that deep shot. And that's going to be 4th down and what looked like a promising start to this drive. Just kind of unfolds, and Grace is going to have to punt now.
So they picked up a couple of first downs there, and looked like, it's kind of a little bit of ability there to move the ball. Etheridge in for the last part of that drive. Etheridge has been battling illness. He was just cleared to play this morning. And we've got a flag down.
It's going to be too many on the field, I think. We had a guy running off late.
Penalty flag prior to the snap.
So he threw the flag, and now he's counting. And he says, my bad, and he'll pick the flag up.
Penalty flag is picked up.
No, can't be delay game. I just heard somebody shout delay game. There's still 8 seconds on the play clock when they blew the whistle, so can't be delay a game now.
Yeah, and you can't punish them for the referee inadvertently blowing his whistle. Oh, no.
Stanley drops picks it up, goes off the side of his foot, and New Boston's going to start this drive at midfield.
Yeah, when he was unable to get the catch on that snap, you can see he kind of just went into a little bit of a panic mode, and that punt just went straight off the side of his foot. And now New Boston is in great field position to start their drive right at midfield. So now we need the defense to come up big here, get a stop.
Knows the ball is in Gray's territory to start this drive.
Not how you wanted to start this ball game right now.
It's going to be a handoff to number 3. Steps through a tackle in the backfield. He's got room across the 40 and spins his way down to the 35-yard line.
He looks like he might be a problem today.
That was Christian Henry in on the stop there. 1st and 10 from the 35. And it's going to be a jet sweep coming to the near sideline. Gets the corner turned. And out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Jason Campbell, the ball carrier. Wrestles the play, makes the tackle.
So back-to-back, it appears to be first downs. Yeah, they make the signal now. So first down, New Boston on consecutive plays. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 25, and it's going to be a give to number 3 again. And this time Grace has got him corralled in the backfield. That was Andrew Gardner that got there first.
And that's what you want to do. You just want to kind of make them work for it.
Second down, 13.
So that's going to be 2nd down and 13 now. Left-handed quarterback throws on the run, and it is caught at the 13-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a New Boston first down.
Coleman Swain there defensively, and it is enough for a first down.
So, Josh, that was Coleman Swain in on the stop there. But New Boston is moving. Hand off to number 3, and he loses his footing there.
Ashton Rowden, the ball carrier. Braden Wells makes the tackle.
2nd down and 8 now. Running backs flanking either side of the quarterback. Handoff to number 3, running far side. And he's going to have nice pursuit there by Grace. Still able to plow his way down to about the 8. We'll see where they mark him. Might be the 7. And had a couple of jersey tugs there. Would like to see a flag on that play, but alas, I guess you can't always get what you want, right, Josh?
Can't always get what you want.
Somebody ought to write a song. 3rd down. Be nice for Grace to get a stop here and force a decision on 4th down. That's what the defense is going to be looking for. Shotgun formation, number 3 in the backfield with him. He's been very active tonight, and they'll give it to him again. And Grace is there, but he's able to move forward on the pile. It's going to be just depending on the spot, Josh.
Looks like he may have picked that one up. Oh, no. Referee started to mark that as 1st down and then took a step back. It's going to bring up 4th and very short here. And it looks like New Boston's going to go for it. So Grace has an opportunity here to make a big defensive stand if they're able to stop them as they're going into a power formation here.
We're approaching 4 minutes remaining. Here we go. Handoff to number 3. He's got just enough maybe for that. Well, spins out of it. If they can get him. He's short, Josh.
Short.
That spin move cost
Grace.
him the 1st down.
That's a big stop.
That's a huge stop, Josh. So on the initial push, he had the 1st down.
But then he gave up the yardage himself.
But when he spun out of that tackle, he became a runner again, and by that point he had lost the yardage. He was going to have it based off of forward progress, but that spin move and broken tackle cost him the 1st down, and we'll take that for sure.
There's a thick smoke in the air. Something's on fire somewhere, and I'm trying not to choke over here.
I'm telling you. Grace is going to start this drive at their 6. Talking about a cloud of smoke here.
I can see it back there above the building.
Yeah. It's going to be a play-action fake, screen pass. Catch is made, and he's going to drag his way across the 10. Etheridge with the quick pass out to Dylan Stinson. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. I'm putting an order in, Josh, for a roughly a 95-yard touchdown drive here. Porter in motion. It's going to be a pitch to BA going toward the far sideline. Lowers his shoulder and gets an all-state 1st down up to the 20-yard line.
Good patience, good vision, and he's always able to turn that up and get positive yardage. And here Grace is moving the ball again.
Strong runner with good vision.
At their own 21-yard line.
Josh, that smoke's getting thicker over here.
Yeah. Also, I can feel a little bit of cool air in this window, but there's not enough windows in this room to circulate it.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to lean out. I'm going to lean outside. Move this table and just lean outside.
Going
Going deep for Porter. Incomplete. He was able to get his hands on it. That was great coverage by number 4 for New Boston. Porter was having to angle toward the sideline and really contort his body back. BA in motion out of the backfield. Hard count. Now Etheridge looks to the sideline. Excuse me, that's not Etheridge in. Whose number is that, Josh?
I think it's Stanley.
Incomplete pass.
Now it's going to bring up 3rd and long after a positive start to this drive. See if Grace has anything up their sleeve to get a big conversion here, keep this drive alive. See if they can at least flip the field position.
Etheridge is back in at quarterback. 3rd down and 10. Grace would love to get a conversion here to keep this drive alive. Shotgun snap to Etheridge, looking near sideline. He's going to throw an out route and broken up. Nice play by, I believe, number 5 is the jersey number there for New Boston.
Now it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Grace is going to have to punt.
Well, what we're hoping here, Josh, is that we can get a clean snap and a better punt this time and kind of flip the field, not have them starting at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, let's get a clean punt. We know he's got the leg to flip field position.
Good snap there. And he gets away a high end-over-end kick. Fair catch taken.
And I'm glad he fair caught that because it looked like he had plenty of room to run.
He did have some space. Stanley unleashed a boom on that punt. 2:30 remaining in the first quarter, Josh. We are scoreless here in New Boston. Want to say thank you to a couple of our sponsors. Want to say a big thank you to Biomax Spray Foam Insulation.
They'll keep you a lot cooler than we are in this booth.
Oh, man, I'd love some spray foam insulation in here. I'm sweating. My tongue's sweating, Josh. I can't even talk right. New Boston starts this drive at their own 39-yard line. And play action fake, and he's going to throw toward the near sideline through the hands of the intended receiver, Doak Porter, in coverage. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Two wide receivers stacked right here at the near sideline, Josh. It's going to be a give to number 3. Grace looking to string him out. He's able to break through and get into the second level before going out of bounds at the 45-yard line in Grace territory.
Yeah, he's just so hard to bring down. He's quick and he's elusive, and just when it looks like Grace is going to get him in the backfield for a loss, he's able to squirt out and pick up a big gain, and New Boston moving the chains.
Back to pass, looking deep down the near sideline, and incomplete. McQuay, it was underthrown. If McQuay could have turned around, we're going to get a late flag.
I don't like that one at all.
Oh. So we're going to get they're going to call pass interference. Not a lot of contact. McQuay had not turned around. He was just guarding the receiver.
Yeah, and that's one where you kind of just hope the referee pockets that one. It's really going to be a hard catch to make.
So they'll mark the yardage off from the Grace 44. It's going to take it down to the 29-yard line, and it's going to make it 1st and 10 for New Boston.
Yeah, and you're right, though. If Justice is able to get his head around and see where that ball is, that's an easy interception.
Yeah.
Instead, he's locked in on the receiver and just picks up an unfortunate penalty.
He had great coverage. I mean, he was running step for step there with that receiver.
And that's just one of those plays where there's no penalty if the ball's thrown correctly. It's only a penalty because it's underthrown, and I just don't like that rule.
Handoff up the middle, number 3. He's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Ashton Loudon, 29 yards for the touchdown.
And so with 1:54 remaining in the first quarter, we're going to see New Boston strike first. Lining up now for the extra point. Good snap and hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And so with 1:54 remaining in the first quarter, we have our first score of the game. New Boston 7, Grace 0. We'll be back right after this.
Need a boost before school? Or a sweet treat to celebrate the big game or a great grade on a test? Brewed fresh, poured bold. Lattes, cold brew, espresso, and more. 2 legendary names, 1 sweet shop. Bluebell plus Tillamook equals scoop and grind magic. More than a shop, it's your local hangout. Great coffee, amazing ice cream, even better company. Win or lose, celebrate with a scoop. Game days taste better at Scoop and Grind. Stop by Scoop and Grind today. Located on Highway 64, just 3 miles from the Grace Upper Campus.
I'll see you soon at Scoop and Grind.
Welcome back to Grace Game Day. I'm Preston Proctor. With me tonight, Josh McElhaney. Glad to bring you the action as New Boston is set to kick it off here. And that is going to be a deep kick.
It bounced and then turned and bounced right back into the end zone. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds around the 2-yard line.
That's what I was thinking at the angle on that, but I was having to lean precariously toward the window here to try to see. So Grace will begin this drive at the 25-yard line. And so now, Josh, ultimately the thing on the table, you want to go back and respond. New Boston was able to get that one into the end zone. Grace turned them aside on a 4th down around the 5-yard line earlier in the first quarter. But then with this drive, New Boston is able to crack through the wall and get into the end zone, take the lead. And so now at this point, Grace offense comes out, and you want to go down and respond, tie this game up, and kind of start over. Motion on the play, snap to Etheridge, rolling near sideline, throws down the sideline on the run, and incomplete. That pass was intended for Dylan Stinson. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Three wide receivers set for Grace. McQuay is in the backfield. Now Porter's going to go in motion. And it's going to be a fake pitch. Throw over the middle. Nice catch there. Solid play, and Elijah Hicks went up knowing you're fixing to take a hit for that one.
Yeah, it's a little old school football there where you know you're going to get hit one way or the other, so you might as well just make the catch, pick up the yardage, and he does a great job holding on to the football.
And that's an all-state 1st down for Grace. Moving the ball again. Line of scrimmage is now the 46, right at the 46-yard line. It'll be a handoff to B.A., and he tries to bounce it outside and spins his way forward for a couple of yards. Brings up 2nd down and 8. And B.A.'s helmet came off, so they're going to send him to the sideline. Clock running as we now are approaching 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. New Boston with the lone score on the board, 7-0.
From the 48-yard line.
Second down and 8. Porter goes in motion. Here's a snap to Etheridge. This time they do pitch it to McQuay. He gets the corner turned into New Boston territory. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and manageable for Grace there.
Yeah, 3rd and about 1 or 2, and just taking advantage of McQuay's speed, get him on the edge, able to pick up a good gain there on second down, and Grace is in great position to pick up this third down, but also put themselves in a position where maybe you got 2 shots here.
Yeah.
With this first down.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what they do. They don't even have to snap it, but it looks like they're going to. As we're approaching the end of the first quarter, we got motion, and it's going to be a jet sweep. Puts his foot in the ground and lunges forward. Going to be just a little bit short, it looks like.
Man, you don't know how healthy your quarterback is, but that makes you feel like coming in with a QB sneak. You got just a little less than 1 yard here.
So that's going to be the end of the first quarter, and it'll be decision time for Grace. 4th and 1 when we come back right after this. Welcome back to Grace Game Day. We are set for the start of the second quarter. Grace is facing a 4th and 1, Josh, just inside New Boston territory. Nose of the football is just the length of a football from the 45-yard line. They need to get to the 44.
Yeah, and this is where you just want to put all your big bodies in and trust that your O-line can get enough push that you can pick up this one. Because we might be less than a yard here.
That's Cole Stanley in there, Josh, and I think they're fixing to just run a wildcat to him. Here we go, 4th and 1. There's the snap to Stanley, following his blockers, pushing ahead.
I think
and forward progress looked like he was going to have it.
I think they marked him just short.
It all depends on the spot.
They're going to measure this.
On the field for a measure.
It's close, Josh. I think it's going to be just a little bit short.
I think so, too.
I feel like that was possibly not the most favorable spot. Where's the note card? Oh, my goodness. Josh, you're talking literally 2 inches short of the line to gain. I mean, that's man,
brutal.
So close.
And I think you're right about the spot. It was hard to tell because he kind of jumped. And as he jumped, he was kind of caught in the air and drove backwards.
1st and 10.
But, man, there's no way to get any closer than that without picking up that first down.
I mean, you remember the referee that pulled out the index card that year?
Wasn't that a Gene Steratore?
Yes, it was.
The Cowboys game.
Yes. Where's the index card? Let's see this. See if the ball moves. So New Boston takes over at their own 45-yard line. It's going to be a jet sweep to number 5. Gets a good block on the outside. Gets into Grace territory, down the sideline. We've got a flag here. And I think this is going to come back. And I think New Boston, I think they know it too. Some of the players just already motioned to come back. Flags laying at the 37. 2 flags down, actually.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be holding or blocking the back.
It's far enough downfield, Josh. It's probably going to be a spot foul, and it's still going to be a good gain for them, but not a touchdown at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holding against New Boston.
So that holding penalty is going to mark it down now. at the 49-yard line, just inside Grace territory. It'll be 1st and 10 there.
First down, leaving 4 yards needed for a first down.
Or excuse me, not 1st and 10. I apologize. Spot foul. It's going to be 1st and 4. Stacked receivers again here to the near sideline. Handoff up the middle, number 9, and he runs his way down to first down yardage.
Yeah, I don't know if they need to worry about throwing the ball in this game. Stacked receivers, no receivers. They're doing a lot of damage on the ground.
1st and 10 from the Grace 42. Back, looking deep, down the far sideline, incomplete, and a flag.
You've got to turn around and look at the ball.
Yep, that's going to go in New Boston's favor, as Elijah Hicks was really he was beat on that play, Josh.
Yeah.
And in trying to recover, he was racing toward the receiver, didn't get turned around.
And, yeah, that's what happens when you get beat off the line like that. You end up playing the receiver versus playing the ball, and just tackles him before the ball gets there. And he did a great job of staying in position, of trying to make up ground, but he just didn't see where the ball was and got in there too early. That's going to be a flag every time.
And, once again, a pass that's really, Josh, kind of underthrown.
Yeah.
If those defenders can get their heads turned around in time, Josh, I think they're going to have some footballs that are floating in space right in front of them.
Oh, 100%.
There's going to be a handoff up the middle. Nice containment there by Grace. That's Gardner on the floor with his arms wrapped around his legs.
And number 4, is that Vadrine?
That's Vadrine.
Yeah, he's got in there. He's been putting his nose in there. Looked like he got him kind of high. Gardner got him kind of low, and there's nowhere to go after that. Good job.
Brings up 2nd down and 11. Play action fake, looking over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. And I held my breath, Josh. There was a little bit of contact.
He kind of bumped him, but I think the referees deemed that uncatchable as that ball was sailed on the quarterback. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Well, and I will say, Josh, that call on Hicks earlier in this drive, just a moment ago, that's a good call. That's pass interference. If they had called that one, that's ticky-tack right there. That was just a little bump as they were both running down the field. So I'm glad there was no flag there.
And, again, that ball was just uncatchable. It sailed on the quarterback. Neither player able to get a hand on that. So
3rd and 11 here, chance for a nice stop for the Grace defense. He's back. He's looking deep. And it is underthrown again, Josh.
And that time, can't see who that is from here. Is that number 9?
No, that was Christian Henry in coverage there.
That time, Henry able to get in good position, get his hand on the football, and that's going to bring up a long 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it. A little outside of field goal range.
You'd love to get a turnover on downs right here for the Grace defense.
Yeah. Stop here goes a long way. Flip the momentum. Give your offense another chance. As the offense has moved the ball. They've just had a couple of drives just kind of stall out.
And we're going to get whistles.
Timeout.
Timeout, New Boston.
Timeout charge to New Boston.
We're going to go ahead and credit this timeout to Scoop and Grind. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this. Welcome back to Grace Game Day. We are live in New Boston in the Hope Church broadcast booth. I want to say thank you to Hager Family Law for being a sponsor of Grace Game Day. If you have any kind of need for family law, if you need some help in that area, I would I would look no further than Hager Family Law right there in Tyler. Great people, and they can take really good care of you. Very knowledgeable in the family field. Thank you to Hager Family Law. 4th down and 11. New Boston's offense is on the field. Here we go. Play action fake. Throws over the middle. Incomplete.
Just behind the receiver.
The receiver was
he
open.
Got his hands on it and unable to bring that ball in, and that's going to be a big turnover on downs for Grace.
Yes.
Again, the quarterback just not sharp with the ball. Had a man wide open. That might have been 6 had he been able to put that where the receiver could catch it in stride, but instead a little bit behind, and the receiver unable to make a difficult catch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll take it. 1st down Cougars.
Josh, I'll say this too: the Lions on that right side of the line there, they got away with a hold.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, they got away with a hold pretty good. We had a Cougar coming off the edge there, and he was really making a turn. But thankfully, the pass did fall incomplete. Grace takes over on downs. Line of scrimmage is the 33. And it's going to be a handoff to B.A., and he's dancing. And he's just got people all over him in the backfield.
Braden Alexander, the ball carrier. Ty Glass makes the tackle.
That's going to be a loss of 3 on the play.
Jackson Murphy. Loss of 3, 2nd down, 13.
So behind the chains now for the Cougars. Going to look to try to get out of that. Etheridge looking, winds up deep, looking for Porter. And I love how we're going to call that one uncatchable. That's an unbelievable missed call.
Yeah. I mean, he was starting to make his break to come back inside to pursue that ball, and the defender just kind of shoves him down, and the referee deems it uncatchable. It's only uncatchable because he's not able to gain his footing and reposition himself to go after that ball.
Yeah, that's a pretty egregious call there, a missed call.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
3rd and long, and now we've got an injury timeout, it looks like. Looks like Slade is down on the ground. They're going to help him to his feet.
I wonder if we got cramping going on. At least that's what we hope it is.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 13. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. And I believe they're going to run, is that a Stanley, Josh, I believe?
Yeah, I think so.
So Cole Stanley going to come in at QB to replace Etheridge.
As we resume play, 3rd and 13 for the Cougars.
I didn't see what happened, so
I didn't either.
I'm hopeful that it's just a cramp and he'll be all right, but we'll keep an eye on him over there on the sideline.
Shotgun snap to Stanley, looking, throws over the middle.
That's got to.
And it's incomplete.
I mean, I know he's going for the ball, but you can't just run through the offensive player to get the ball. But Stanley missed one right there because was that Hicks, the intended receiver?
Yes.
He was double covered, and I couldn't see who this was down here, number 6 maybe. Was wide open.
Yeah, number 6 would be Christian Henry.
Yeah, Christian Henry was wide open, and I think if Stanley had chosen to throw that direction, that might have been a big gain. But instead, it's going to be a punt for Grace.
So lining up the punt now on 4th and 13. And it's a nice end-over-end kick. Taken on the fly at the 36, quickly upfield to midfield. And finally brought down by a host of Cougars there. And they will begin this drive at the Grace 42-yard line. Excuse me, the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and having a great punter is an advantage and a disadvantage sometimes because punts like that, when you're able to get the returner that much space to be able to head upfield, it puts your return team at a severe disadvantage trying to make up ground and cover ground. So you want your punter to boom that thing, but every now and then it makes it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, 21-yard return on that punt. It's going to be a give to number 3, and he steps inside, gets down to the 40-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7.
New Boston taking their time as the clock approaches 8 minutes remaining in the half. And it's going to be a give to number 3 again, and just up the middle with gashing yardage there.
Yeah, and the offensive line for New Boston is just able to get such a strong push off the line of scrimmage that he's getting 2-3 yards before he's even finding any contact.
Yeah, and he's himself is a big-bodied running back.
Yeah, and very
play action
elusive.
fake, looking deep for the end zone, and we got a push off there, incomplete.
Rick England's pass intended for the internet tester. Incomplete. Justice McQuay defending.
That was McQuay running with him.
2nd down, still leading 10.
Second down and 10. Be a handoff to number 3 again as he dances his way through a couple of arm tackles. And McQuay is going to wrap him up and finally pull him down at the 2-yard line.
Goodness gracious.
Ashton Rowden with all carry. Justice McQuay makes the tackle.
And so New Boston's going to hurry to the line now.
1st and goal, New Boston.
1st and goal. And there's the signal. That's a touchdown. 2-yard run up the middle. And Grace. Defense, Josh, at this point, the defense is just tired.
Yeah.
Early. That's not what you want. You don't want to be this tired this early in the game. So what they need, Josh, is a really good sustained drive from the offense.
Yeah, just let them catch their breath a little bit.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And so now with 7:13 remaining in the half, it is New Boston 14, Grace 0. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this. Welcome back to Grace Game Day. I'm Preston Proctor, Josh McElhaney, my partner in crime for this venture.
Good times.
Yes, absolutely. Elijah Hicks and B.A. back deep for this kickoff return. 14-0 is the score. All it takes right here is a drive, Josh, to get back in this game. Give your defense a break.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of a short kick taken by Porter at the 15. He's up to the 20. Steps inside a block of B.A. to the 28-yard line, and Grace will start there. I want to say thank you to another one of our sponsors, East Texas Nutrition. We appreciate their support. They are located next to the Driver's Ed, the old school Driver's Ed there next to Green Acres Baptist Church. That's where you'll find East Texas Nutrition. Go in there and get some energy, some protein, all kinds of good stuff. Great people there. Go check them out. Thank you to East Texas Nutrition for supporting Grace Game Day this year. 7:06 remaining in the second quarter. Grace begins this drive from their own 28-yard line. Stanley still in at quarterback for the Cougars. Stinson in motion, and it's going to be a jet sweep. Got a flag. BA left early again, Josh.
Yep.
And so that's the exact same play that he did that on earlier. So I don't know if maybe there's something about the formation he's not understanding, but he is.
I think he might just be eager to get out and try to lead block.
And that might be it too. I know I would be, especially with the way the New Boston Lions have been joining the backfield party tonight. I would be wanting to get a head start too, but that's going to cost Grace 5 yards. 1st and 15 now.
So going the wrong way on first down again. So let's see if we can get ahead of the sticks here on second down.
1st and 15. Porter's going to go in motion. Snap to Stanley, rolling far sideline. Throws it on the run, and nobody there. Looked like a miscommunication.
Yeah, I don't know if Doak was supposed to come back or if Stanley thought he was coming back on a comeback route.
Porter stayed flat on motion, and Stinson kept running, and it looked like he was wanting somebody to move somewhere in the middle. So second down and 15 now, 6:52 remaining in the half. Four wide receiver set. Stanley pressured, throws, and it's caught. That's McQuay, and he just loses his footing at the 28-yard line.
Man, he had space too.
Yes, he did.
The turf monster got him. So that takes us right back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to have a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, McQuay had a blocker out in front of him, a little bit of space, and when he tried to turn the corner, his feet just came right out from under him.
Yeah.
And he kind of put his fist in the ground in a little bit of frustration. He knew he had some space there.
Yeah, because if he was able to get his feet under him, he's quick. He might have broke that one for a big gain.
So 3rd and 10 now. Stinson going in motion. And we've got whistles and flags. Start. Play clock was down to 0. Clock's still running. The scoreboard clock is still running. They should have stopped it 15 seconds ago. Now they stop it at 5:43. I guess I'll just set our clock to join them, Josh. So we're back to 3rd and 15. And they got the clock running again. Deep pass. And there's a flag. My goodness.
Multiple flags. That's going to be pass interference.
We'll let our clock run, Josh, to catch up with the scoreboard clock. There we go. Josh, I don't know if you saw that out in the parking lot, but there's a pickup truck out there that flashed their bright lights 3 times as that play was taking place.
I noticed something. It's kind of outside of my window peripheral vision, but I could see the flash of lights coming. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I didn't know if it was lightning or what was happening. But
yeah,
I guess
the receiver there would be looking right back in that direction, and those lights flashed 3 times as that play was going.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, very, very bright lights. Thankfully, this is going to result in a first down for the Cougars, as it's a penalty that goes against New Boston. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Stanley rolling, looking, sets his feet, throws, And it's caught on the deflection by Stinson.
What a great job.
Unbelievable.
Of catching that ball. That was, I think, tipped twice, and he's able to maintain focus and concentration and come down with a great catch, pick up great yardage, and Grace is in position.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. That's a beautiful All-State first down there.
That's just fantastic. That's a fun play to watch.
McQuay in the backfield with Stanley. Hicks goes in motion. Stanley looking that way.
That one just got away from him.
And just airmails that one out of bounds.
Going
to bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 4:54 remaining in the half. Josh, it's really imperative that Grace scores on this drive because you know, Grace got the ball first. So that means New Boston gets it to start the second half.
Yeah.
You don't want them to have the opportunity to start the second half going up 3 scores.
No, you really don't. And, you know, just able to sustain this drive like they have has given their defense a chance to catch their breath. And
that's another
if
huge
you're able
point.
to put the exclamation point on this drive by getting in the end zone, really helps with the momentum when your defense does come back out.
Stanley going to run up the middle, breaks a tackle, and gets inside the 25. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. It brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I'd like to see him use his wheels. We know he's got that track speed.
Yes, he does. Yeah, Josh, that's a great point. This has been a nice drive that gives the Grace defense a chance to catch their breath, hopefully get some fluids in their body. So here we go, 3rd and 5, probably in 4-down territory here. Stanley in the backfield by himself. Shotgun snap. He's going to run this one all the way. Lowers his shoulder and plows ahead near the first down marker. Waiting for the spot. Looks like he's a yard short, Josh.
And unfortunately, his helmet came off, so.
4th down, and now maybe 1 yard.
And now Grace is going to take a timeout here and talk about this one.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken,
Timeout, charge to Grace Community.
I think we might have Cole at quarterback the rest of this game. It looks like on the sideline, Etheridge has taken his shoulder pads off. So we're hoping that he is okay over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So this timeout's brought to you by Scoop and Grind. Josh, I could handle some Scoop and Grind ice cream right now.
I can handle, yeah, I was going to say, they can keep the Grind coffee right now because it's a little too hot for that. But
I would take that salted caramel iced latte thing that Lori and Kyler fix up over there, though. I would take that.
Kyler, buddy, if you're listening, we really could use your help right now. It's so hot and humid in here.
A big thank you to Scoop and Grind. Guys, Scoop and Grind is located just 3 miles away from the Grace Upper Campus.
Yeah, check them out. I think they got, I saw on social media, coffee buckets.
They do. They have buckets of coffee.
I mean,
absolutely.
If you like caffeine, how could you not like a bucket of coffee?
I'm telling you. So, Josh, with taking a timeout there, Cole Stanley is able to remain in the game.
Yeah, that's a good timeout.
Here we go, 4th and 1. Stanley in the backfield by himself.
I just let him keep it again.
And he's going to. Picks the hole. That's an All-State first down. New Boston fans are cheering, but forward progress was very plain there. He got the first down yardage. He got it by a full yard and a half.
Yeah, that was a great effort. Just put his head down. He knew contact was coming, and he would not be denied to pick up that first down. And Grace moves the chains and keeps the drive alive. And this is the kind of drive we needed.
1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stanley. Quick throw over the middle. Broken up, incomplete.
I like the idea, though.
Yeah, I did too. Just needed that ball needed a little more air under it.
Yeah. Because I think we had a guy, and our vantage point, for whatever reason tonight, I cannot see these numbers. I'm guessing is that Hicks?
Josh, we're looking. I mean, not to make excuses for us, but the lights on the other side of the field Normally they're tilted down. I feel like these are shining right on us. That's a long pitch out to B.A. trying to get to the corner, and he just can't get there. It's a loss of 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. We're now under 3 minutes remaining in the half.
Yeah, that pitch was just hard to handle. Once you get that wide on a pitch like that, and it takes that long for that play to develop, the running back's kind of in no man's land, and that's exactly what happened.
Stinson in motion. Snap to Stanley. Looking far sideline. Got a flag.
Got 3 flags coming in.
I think, Josh, that this officiating crew gets paid per flag.
I mean, if I was out there and I saw a flag thrown, I'm throwing my flag too. Let me be a part of this party.
I mean, I don't want my officials' flag to be left out here, but I do like the direction they're walking. So, gentlemen, you throw all
should
of
be an
those
automatic
yellow
first down,
flags you
shouldn't it?
want.
So it's going to be a first down on the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
Should be 1st and goal. The chains have not. Okay, now.
Well, the chain gang has been a little slow to move tonight.
He's motioning for them to put the chains down. Now they're moving. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go to a 1st and goal here for the Grace offense. Jump throw incomplete. He's looking for Stinson.
Can't like the idea. If you were able to get that ball to him in space like that and let him turn upfield, something good can happen. But unfortunately, unable to connect on the pass. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 10.
Josh, I'm going to stand real close to you so I can see what's happening.
Don't worry, I don't bite.
All right. 2:23 remaining in the half. Grace, 2nd and goal from the 9. And we've got whistles and a timeout, New Boston. So timeout, New Boston. That's their 2nd timeout of the half. Josh, while they're doing that, we're going to take a peek back at the play earlier. Tipped and then a leaping catch by Stinson.
It's just absurd. Because he's in the air. He jumps in the air, and he's reaching down now to pick up the ball because the ball's fluttering down towards his knees, and he's somehow able to get a hold of that. And that's been the play of the drive so far.
Yes, it has. Great play there for the Cougars. Second down, Josh, with 2nd and goal. Obviously, Grace has a guy that's a reliable field goal kicker. At what point do you decide to kick a field goal here? Is there a point that you kick a field goal, or do you just take all 4 downs here to try to get it in the end zone?
Me, I think I'm taking all 4 downs because 3 points, down 14-0 here in the 2nd quarter. I'm trying to get this 14-7.
Can't trade field goals for touchdowns. Stanley wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Doak Porter.
And we don't got to worry about that because that is a touchdown.
Brought to you by Biomax.
Great job. Great play design. Doak Porter wide open. He's the best receiver. I don't know how he gets left wide open in the end zone.
Josh, what it was, that was a brilliant fake by Cole Stanley.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times here. Even actually on the play with the immaculate reception, his ability to sell that fake kind of froze the defensive line from making a sack.
Gets the hold down. The kick is through and good. That was a great job there, Josh,
Yeah,
by Elijah Hicks. That ball was coming in sideways.
And number 21, I think, for New Boston came in the backfield so fast. He nearly blocked that, but no harm, no foul. Grace is on the board, 14-7. And that's exactly the kind of drive that this team needed here in the second quarter. Reestablish momentum, give your defense a breather, build on some positive momentum in the offense. You got some lucky breaks with the immaculate reception there, kind of in the middle of the field, and just a good job marching down the field, getting on the board. And now, what have we got, 2 minutes and 17 seconds? Defense holds strong here to end this half, and you feel pretty good about yourself going into halftime.
Absolutely. Want to keep New Boston out of the end zone here for sure. But, Josh, that extra point, again, that was kind of coming in sideways, and that was a great job by Elijah Hicks to make sure that we could secure that extra point, brought to you by Hager Family Law. And now we are going to get set up here for this kickoff. Josiah King out there to kick for the Cougars. This kickoff is brought to you by Harley's. Gentlemen, if you are in need of any nice clothing, I would definitely encourage you to go to Harley's. That truck's turning the lights on and flashing them again.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to go.
Need to do something about that.
Yeah, if you're in need of a new wardrobe, kick off your style with Harley's.
Whoa, I see what you did there, Josh.
I
see what you did there. 14-7 is our score. Grace cuts the Lions' lead in half. And here we go. King puts his foot into it. It's going to be a short kick taken at the 22. Coming up toward the middle of the field across the 30, 35, 40. Breaks a tackle, but he's not going to get away there. Taken down by Coleman Swain, the sophomore.
Yeah, I couldn't find the ball on that one. I didn't know who had the ball.
I mean, who's on first?
The world may never know.
Abbott and Costello do, though. They wrote it.
They're still arguing, though.
They are. They've been arguing about that for years, haven't they? All right. Grace defense back on the field. Hopefully they are well rested after that nice drive by the Cougars offense.
Boy, a turnover here would be nice.
Oh, all kinds of movement early. There we go. I was wondering if we were going to get that one.
Penalty flag on the field. Still in the procedure against New Boston.
That was almost one of those, Josh, like the call here a few years ago in the NFL where the official got up there and he said false start on everybody but the center.
Yeah. Which sometimes means it was false start on the center.
Right. Or, false not start.
Everyone was ready to go except for the center.
False should have started. Here we go. Snap, handoff to number 3, and a nice play by Gardner to get in there.
Good job.
Ashton riding the ball carrier. Tackle made by Andrew Gardner.
And I believe we're going to get a timeout here. Oh, I forgot, Josh, the 2-minute warning. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
New to high school football this year is the 2-minute timeout. And so we'll take this timeout with them. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this. Welcome back to Grace Game Day. The Lions are looking at 2nd down and 15 here. Shotgun snap. He's looking deep, or not, excuse me, not looking deep, looking out in the flat. And that ball came out like a wounded duck.
And that works in Grace's favor because that stops the clock.
And I don't know, Josh, if that was tipped. It looked like somebody got a hand on it the way it came wobbling.
the trajectory of that ball, it had to be.
Because that quarterback for New Boston, Josh, he's had a couple of passes he underthrew tonight, but he's not just throwing a wounded duck through the air. So I got to think somebody got a hand on that.
Big third down here.
Yes,
Get
sir.
a quick stop and
3rd and 15. Pressure. Got to get to 3. Missed holding there. Josh, that's a hustle play by Gardner. It's going to depend on the spot.
yeah, and I could hear the coaches next to us screaming, screen, 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 as soon as that play started to develop. As when your defensive linemen are running unblocked to the quarterback, because the offensive linemen have found a new assignment.
Quick pass. Drop.
Oh. At that time, I felt the coaches next door on the other side nearly stomp a hole through the floor.
Josh, he was wide open with 1st down yardage just sitting there. $1:32 remaining in the half. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. They're in Grace territory at the 46-yard line. Handoff, number 3. And we've got a quick tackle there. That was Mac Gaudier. Nice tackle there for the Cougars. And it brings up 3rd down and 6. And he makes the catch. Grace able to pull him down just inside the 30.
That's the same play they just ran on the drop pass earlier. And again, wide open in that zone. That time he's able to make the catch, pick up the 1st down, and New Boston is getting in scoring position.
Clock goes under a minute. Steps up under pressure, throwing deep for the end zone. Dropped. He wanted a flag there, but he's not going to get it. That was great coverage.
That was great coverage that time. And, there's no excuse for that one. That one's got to be caught if you're a New Boston fan.
Yeah, that's definitely – that was a good ball by the quarterback. Put it right where it needed to go.
Honestly, one of his better throws of the night. And, Henry able to make a great play on the ball, but the receiver for New Boston just drops it.
It's going to be a handoff to number 3. This time Grace is there.
It's a 4th down.
And the clock is going to stop. As Grace takes a timeout. Mac Gaudier in on the stop again there for the Cougars. So Grace now has taken their 2nd timeout of the half. This timeout brought to you by Scoop and Grind. Josh, I will say, I think Scoop and Grind, I did have one of the best, if not the best, peanut butter milkshake that I've ever had in my life.
You told me that a couple of times, and I need to go find out for myself.
I would encourage you to do so. It was.
What does the Bible say? Taste and see.
Taste and see, yes.
So I need to go taste and see.
3rd down and 10. And we're going to get a timeout for the Cougars again.
Yeah, the coaching staff did not like something they were seeing.
And this timeout is brought to you, Josh, by Scoop and Grind. Josh, at Scoop and Grind, I had one of the best timeout, Grace.
That's now the 4th time you've told me that.
That's their final timeout of the half.
Yeah, whatever they saw they didn't like enough.
Yeah.
I guess it's only 3rd down. I thought it was 4th down.
Yeah, it's 3rd down. Josh, one of the coaches over there was jumping up and down on the sideline. They saw something they really did not like. So, yeah, 42 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd down and 10. The line of scrimmage for New Boston is the Grace 27, actually the 28-yard line. And Grace really needs to get a stop here. And you don't want to let them gain and get close and make it a manageable fourth down. You'd really like to keep them at 4th and 10 or longer here.
Yeah, and I think right here I'd be watching out for the screen. They've had a lot of success with that screen pass.
Rolling out, pressured. Gardner giving chase, throws on the run, incomplete.
That's what you needed.
Reading a pass intended for Greg Braley, incomplete. Elijah Hicks.
He was breaking away, Josh.
I'm surprised he didn't just tuck that and try to run because he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
I'm going to tell you why he didn't. Because he had a gentleman by the name of Andrew Gardner
bearing down.
Hot pursuit.
Yeah, number 33 would make me throw the ball too.
4th and 10. Offense is on the field for the Lions. Here's the snap. Looking. Flushed out. Rolling. Still looking. Throws on the run. Caught inside the 10.
That's difficult.
That was a great throw on the run by the New Boston quarterback.
It was.
And it is enough for a first down. First and goal, New Boston.
So that's 1st and goal from the 7. 26 seconds. Now you just keep them out of the end zone. That's what we got to have. Quick pass out to number 5. Inside the 5. And down. Clock running. New Boston has one timeout left. They're opting not to use it. They spike it.
With 5 seconds to go, so interesting strategy that time.
Yeah, I mean, according to what I'm looking at here, they've got one timeout left. I'm trying to see if there's a timeout left on the scoreboard, Josh, but the timeout left is blank. Oh, no, it says 0. We may have missed one somewhere.
Yeah.
5 seconds. Here we go. And we've got whistles.
Probably going to be it's got to be on the offense if they're stopping the play.
I don't even see a flag.
I don't either.
And so they're telling the scoreboard to put 5 seconds on the clock.
Well, what would they blow dead?
That's what they're still discussing it.
Yeah, I have no idea what just happened.
So the line of scrimmage is still the 1. I can't imagine. They're fixing to run the clock, though. No, they're not, because it's come out of a spiked ball. So
yeah, that was weird. Maybe an inadvertent whistle, but
a lot of confusion there. Quarterback under center. Handoff to number 3, and he's into the end zone.
Ashton Rodden, 1 yard for the touchdown.
That's just so tough with no time left in the half. With them getting the ball to start the second half. After Grace did such a good job of fighting to put themselves back in this ball game.
And even got New Boston into a 4th down and 10. And it was that just really brilliant play on the run where their quarterback delivered a strike for about an 18-yard gain. And that set them up with 1st and goal as that extra point is up. And it is good. And with 2 seconds remaining in the half, New Boston takes a 21-7 lead. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this. Welcome back to Grace Game Day. 2 seconds remaining in the first half. New Boston just scored to go up 21-7. And if there was ever a time, Josh, for a kick return for a touchdown, that would be what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a much-needed turn of events to end this half, but I'm imagining New Boston's going to squib this or kick it on the ground.
B.A. and Hicks back deep to receive. I believe that's Hicks. It might be Henry. And it is, Josh, a squib kick. Somebody better get on the ball. B.A. is going to get there inside the 10. And he's taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And that's going to bring us to halftime. Your score at the half, New Boston 21, Grace 7. We're going to let you enjoy the halftime festivities, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. Thank you for tuning in tonight to Grace Game Day. We'll be back for the second half.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To begin your halftime entertainment tonight, please welcome the Grace Community High School Varsity Cheerleaders. The 25-26 GCS cheerleadership team is Captain Scarlett Moser, Co-Captain Gracie McCoy, and Spirit Ambassadors Olivia Pereira and Grace Wilson. The Cougar cheerleaders are led by coaches Maggie and Stephen Kane. The Grace Community High School Cougarettes. The drill team is directed by Melissa Fox and assistant Chrissy Schwabe. The Cougarettes will be led onto the field by head dance captain Allie Matson. Enjoy their strut onto the field to This Is Sparta, played by our high school drumline. President Katie Capone, and Social Officer Vice President Micah Berry. We would also like to recognize Natalie Fox and Jana Boone as Cougarettes of the Week. Thank you to our manager, Caroline Fox, and all of the parents who have helped make this routine possible. Tonight, the Cougarettes will be performing a ladder routine to Ain't No Mountain High Enough, choreographed by Melissa Fox. Drumline. The drumline is under the direction of Jeff Shelton. Tonight they will perform Ocelot by John R. Hearns.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For your halftime entertainment, the New Boston Independent School District takes great pride in presenting the Military Stride with Pride. The band will perform their UIL drill to the Peacemaker March by KOP and Mighty Mike by Ted Lassay. Drum majors for the band are seniors Hope Hudson and Corbin Smithson. Majorettes for the 25 season are senior Corey Gossett, sophomore Caitlin Collins, senior Autumn Burns, sophomore Bethany Rosenbaum, Sophomore, Soraya Butler. Senior, Mackenzie Smith. Junior co-captain, Hayden Ballard. And senior captain, Serenity Cox. They will perform to the piece made popular by the band Cameo entitled, Word Up! for the military stride with pride are Aaron Holt, Russell Coburn, Dominique Phillips McCarthy, and Shane Valencia. Tonight's band sponsors are the Christian Brotherhood of Outdoorsmen and New Boston Service Company. The band would also like to thank New Boston Service Christ for their breakfast that is provided to them this morning.
Warriors in play in the second half. We have a few scores from the area we can report to you. A couple of these final scores. King Hall defeated Lemon Kildare 43-26. It was Overton 49, Maud 22. Those were final scores. Score at halftime, White Oak 42, Queen City 6. It's Pittsburgh 14, Jefferson 13. James Bowie leading Alba Golden 16-12 in the third quarter. Atlanta 22, Mount Vernon 8 in the third quarter. Over in Texarkana, it's Kilgore 12, Pleasant Grove 6 at the half. Riallo is leading Bullard 26-17 at the half. Also another halftime score, Paul Pewitt is leading Hugh Springs 22-6. Texas High is at halftime and they are leading Fayetteville, Arkansas 28-15. It's DeKalb 22, Harmony 7. And it's New Diana, Redwater 6. That game also at halftime. It's Winsboro 28, Hooks 21, still in the second quarter. Dangerfield is leading Stiller 19-17 at halftime. Those are some of the scores from around the area. Also like to encourage you to visit the concession stand this evening. The concession stand is being operated by the Bowie County Courthouse crew. So please visit the concession stand, and many thanks to the crew from the Bowie County Courthouse. As we begin the second half, the Black King will kick off for the Cougars.
All right. Welcome back to the kickoff here in the second half as New Boston leads 21-7. Grace kicks off. Ball fielded at the 10-yard line. Great pursuit that time, unable to get him. This time the pursuit catches up to him right at the 25-yard line. And so the defense of Grace is going to come out here and try to establish some momentum defensively because they gave up a late touchdown essentially as time expired at the end of the first half. And I do apologize, my partner will be here in just a second. But New Boston able to score a touchdown to go up 21-7 as time expired. And because Grace elected to receive the opening kickoff, they kick off to New Boston to start the second half. And so New Boston with a lot of momentum coming out of halftime. This would be a great opportunity for this Grace defense to kind of settle in and get a big stop to start the second half and try to get the ball back to their offense, see if they can get back in this game. But it's going to start right here on the defensive end as New Boston comes out with trips. Interesting formation here. They're going to hand it off up the middle, nowhere to go. Andrew Gardner right there with some other Cougars helping out, but good job tackle for looks like no gain. Going to bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, Josh, he ran right into Andrew Gardner there. Looks like he might have gotten a yard out of that. Second down and 9. Directing traffic here is the play clock. Still plenty of time left on that. Now motion. Running back was leaning. That's what BA did, and they called it every time there.
Good job.
Grace is able to recover maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, for a brief second, it looked like he was about to reverse field and may have had a lot of room, but he opted to cut back inside. And Grace is able to stand strong and force a long third down here. Preston, how critical would it be for Grace to be able to get a stop here on the opening drive, force a 3 and out, and get the ball back?
This would be huge. It'd be huge for obviously just the scoreboard itself, but also just for momentum. It would be a really, really big moment here. Allow you to get back in this game. 3rd and 8. Play action fake, pressured as he throws, and it is woefully short, incomplete.
Yeah, and the hit had a lot to do with that one. I didn't see who that was that came in there and put a lick on that quarterback, and he is walking to the sideline knowing that he got lit up. That's the walk of a young man that took a big shot.
Yeah, he's a little ginger coming to the sideline there.
I don't blame him.
That was a hit.
They'd have had to call a forklift to get me off the field. So great job forcing that 4th down. New Boston's going to punt, and Grace comes out. Only gives up 2 yards, forces a 3 and out, and gets the ball right back to their offense. And this is exactly how you wanted to start the second half.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I thought he was going to fake it for a second.
Little Aussie style, very short punt. And it's going to take a nice Grace bounce back across the 40-yard line. So Grace is going to start this drive, Josh. First offensive possession of the second half with a really good field position at their own 42.
Yeah, that's what you want. You get a quick 3 and out, force the punt, get excellent field position, and here's where you want to capitalize. You can make it a ball game here. Really kind of, settle everything down. They did a great job there at the end of the second half, cutting the lead from 14-0 to 14-7, just unable to get that stop there as time was expiring in the first half. But a good job keeping the lead where it's at, getting the ball back to their offense. Let's see what they can do here on first down.
Cole Stanley still in at QB, and he's going to run it right up the middle. Nice cut. And he's got about 4 yards there.
Carry up to the 45-yard line. And Yada Moore makes the tackle.
First offensive possession of the half for the Cougars. Nice positive yards there on first down, Josh. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that's what you want. Put yourself in 2nd, 3rd manageable, and then pick up enough yards to move the chains.
It was a nice job by Stanley just planting his foot in the ground and getting into the second level there. Porter in motion, and he's looking that way, caught out in the flat, and gets by 1, out of bounds. close to first down yardage.
Yeah, kind of hard to see where the mark was as the linesman there kind of abandoned his post as there was a lot of bodies flying in his direction. So it looks like it's going to be just short, 3rd down and 1. But again, positive yards with 2nd down puts you in an excellent position here to try to pick up this 3rd down.
It's going to be Stanley keeping up the middle.
And
first down yardage.
Oh, and he made his presence felt as he got to the 45-yard line. And he took on the linebacker head up. Tough run, tough kid.
That's an all-state first down for the Cougars as they move into New Boston territory at the 45. BA in the backfield next to Stanley. 3 wide receivers set for the Cougars. And it's going to be a give to BA up the middle, and he weaves his way across the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle, and gets to the corner, inside the 40, inside the 30, and finally drugged down from behind. What a run by BA.
Man, he's just so good at that. Just when you think you have him down, he's able to keep his balance and break that to the outside. And, man, what a fantastic run to pick up this first down. And Grace is now in great position.
It's very similar, Josh, to a run we saw from him a couple of weeks ago where we thought he was down and just all of a sudden he kept on going.
He's got unbelievable balance.
Shotgun snap to Stanley. He's going to give it to McQuay. McQuay weaves his way across the line of scrimmage. That hole closed quickly.
Yeah.
Still gains a couple of yards on it. Second down and 8. Line of scrimmage is the 24-yard line. Nice start to the drive here for this Cougars offense. Stanley in the backfield by himself.
You got BA down here.
He's back. Pressure coming. And he's going to be sacked. Back at the 34-yard line. Really hate to see that on that one, Josh. Just big loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 16.
Yeah.
Loss of 8.
Difficult place to take a sack, but just not a lot to do there. Nowhere to go with the ball. The defense collapsed very quickly. And so now the hope is, do you want to just get in field goal range here?
BA in the backfield. Henry in motion. Stanley's back, looking to the far sideline, now rolling, throws on the run, and broken up, incomplete.
So I think you have to go for it here.
Stanley's pass intended for Billy Simpson incomplete.
The offense is going to stay on the field. Now, keep in mind, Stanley does also work as the punter, so it's possible he could do a short, quick kick here, but it looks like they're lining up to run a play. Empty backfield.
Yeah, at this field position, I expect them to go for it.
5 wide receiver set, pass to Stinson, and he's going to lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, that play just had no chance.
And so that's going to be a turnover on downs. So a nice drive for Grace that stalls out in New Boston territory. The Lions will take over at the 35-yard line. I want to say a big thank you to one of our new sponsors for Grace Game Day, Joel Adams and his family sponsoring and supporting Grace Game Day. We appreciate that so much. Joel works with Southside Bank, and just a great family. We appreciate their support. The Lions start this drive with a handoff to number 3, and he runs into 33.
Job.
33 wins that one, Josh. Loss of 1 on the play.
He's going to win most of those. And just an excellent job wrapping up, getting him to the ground. Loss of yards on the play.
They're actually going to mark that back to a loss of 2, 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable forcing New Boston into these long passes. The quarterback's been able to hit a few of these, but with how elite that running game looked in the first half, putting them in long down to goes is where I want to be.
Yes, I agree with that. Quarterback under pressure, rolling. Gardner chasing. He throws it away.
I think did he hit him? Or just kind of shoved him?
I think he gave him a little push in the back right as he was
throwing that,
releasing it.
Yeah, I think number 33 is.
Well, one thing is for certain, he's going to play to the whistle.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the quarterback might have nightmares tonight about number 33 bearing down on him. And there's unfortunate size disparity, too, between the two of them.
Yes. Quarterback back on his feet. 3rd and 13. Flushed out to the near sideline. Throws on the run. Incomplete, Josh. Wide open with first down yardage and more.
Yeah, I think that receiver's dropped a couple. He, I don't know if he was trying to already, look ahead and see where he's going, just took his eyes off the ball, but really wasn't even close to making that catch.
No, he was not. And that's going to bring up 4th and 12.
So the Grace defense comes up big again, forcing another 3-and-out. And we get ready for another rugby-style punt, I'm imagining.
Low snap. He gets it. He's going to try to run for it.
Try to do that.
And he gets there, Josh.
You had to be prepared for that.
Oh, my goodness. He broke 3 tackles to get that first down.
I could tell on that last punt that him keeping that and faking was an option.
Yeah.
Just how they designed that punt to go, and sure enough, he keeps it, and it puts the defense at a big disadvantage because they're just expecting him to try to get in position to punt that, and he's able to break several tackles and pick up that first down, and New Boston has new life here.
Yeah, that's just a really tough thing to give up for the Cougars. Think you're going to get them off the field for 2 consecutive 3-and-out drives and fake punt, runs for a first down, handoff to number 3, and he is going to be taken down. And now we're probably fixing to get some flags here. Whistles and flags. And we'll get this sorted out.
I wonder if they're going to get the guy who came in late. I think it was Gardner
and number 52 for New Boston.
Were tied up, but they were kind of starting to get up and separate, and somebody came in from New Boston and
unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against both teams.
So it's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty against both teams, offsetting penalties. And, if you're going to do it there, you got to do it for both, I think.
I wasn't sure if they were going to get, because it looked like a third player came in from New Boston and kind of shoved Gardner at the end of that little scrum. So I didn't know if that might be the call, but that's a good call. Just basically give a warning.
And it's 2nd down and 8. New Boston approaching Grace territory here. We've got a jet sweep, and he runs into Gardner.
And that was an angry
tackle.
Brought
down for no gain.
Bryson Thomas on the carry.
Yeah, I don't know if getting 33 angry is a good idea or a bad idea.
Looks like he might have fallen forward for a yard there. 3rd and 7 coming up right at midfield. Yeah, Andrew Gardner is, Josh, he's definitely a warrior out there on that Cougars defense.
Yeah, you're not going to get in his head.
And if you do, it's probably not going to bode well.
No.
3rd and 7, shotgun snap, looking, flushed out. Gardner giving chase, throws on the run, broken up. That is a great job by Coleman Swain to break that up.
Yeah, just covered a lot of ground and used his length to get up and put his hand on the football, break that up.
Coleman Swain defending.
That should be 4th down, correct?
Yes, sir. That's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Get the yard guy to.
Now it's a holding penalty against New Boston. Grace is going to decline the penalty. I would too. I'd rather have 4th and 7 than 3rd and 13.
Yeah, especially the way they've been able to pick up chunk plays with screens and even in the running game.
Now
you have to be on edge.
Yes, you got to watch.
Be disciplined and don't give up another one of those fake punts.
Number 7 back there is the punter for New Boston.
And nobody back to receive the punt for Grace.
Grace has got just kind of a formation here on defense. I guarantee you Gardner's spying the whole way. High snap. He has to jump to pull it down, and he kicks it away. And it's going to hit inside the 20 and go out of bounds at the about 11, maybe the 12-yard line.
Bryson Thomas's punt goes out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
So, Josh, the Grace defense has played well.
They have. They played really well to start the second half.
Where the Cougars will begin 1st and 10.
So Grace begins this drive at their own 12-yard line. 3:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Grace looking for a drive here that would go and potentially cut this lead in half and get it to a one-possession game again.
Yeah. Big opportunity here for this Cougar offense.
Porter in motion. Here's the snap. Stanley's going to run up the middle. And tough sledding there as he gets, looks like just back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just haven't had a lot of room to run up the middle. Most of the damage has been done on the edges. The interior of that defensive line for New Boston has proven itself to be very stout. Some big bodies in there and just nowhere really to go.
2nd down and 10. That's going to be a give to B.A. He bounces off of one, reverses field, and just once again, Josh, the interior of that line is a tough place to be.
Yeah, just very, very formidable defensive front there. They're not giving up any ground in this running game, and back-to-back runs up the middle goes nowhere. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long, and I think he actually lost a yard on that one.
Yeah, he did. That makes it 3rd down and 11. Not the position you want to be in deep in your own end of the field. Line of scrimmage is just outside the 10-yard line. Stinson in motion. Stanley is back, looking, throws on the run, and it's through the hands of Porter. Great coverage there by number 2 for the Lions. And it's going to bring up 4th down, so the Lions are able to force a 3-and-out.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate at this end of the field because, I mean, we know he's got the leg to punt this and make plenty of space, but again, you run the risk of out-kicking your coverage and setting up a very big return. So, interesting punt situation here as he's punting out of his own end zone.
Snap, short hops to him, and he gets away a line. It's fall on it, Grace. Oh, my goodness. That
he didn't realize it.
Dinged off of a Lion.
Yeah, they didn't even realize it.
Sorry, my fandom came out there. Fall on it, fall on it.
That Goodner recovered the punt for New Boston.
So New Boston is going to have great field position here. .220 remaining in the 3rd quarter. New Boston begins this drive at the 31-yard line in Grace territory.
First and 10 at the Cougar 31-yard line.
Handoff to number 9. He cuts inside. And he's going to be taken down by a host of Cougars. Gardner's there. Vadrine is there. That was Mac Gaudier that got to him first.
Mac Gaudier makes the tackle.
5-yard gain on the play. Second down and 5. Quick screen out to number 23 in the flat. Makes one man miss and is pulled down by his shoes at the 15.
For first down yardage at the 15. And D-Line makes the tackle on
first and 10. Me hand off to number 9. He cuts back inside, and Gardner slows him down just enough for Vadrine to come in and finish him off.
Devontae Gibbons, the ball carrier. And D-Line makes the tackle. Gain of 1, second down 9.
We're approaching 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. It's been a fast-moving quarter, Josh, as New Boston's really not put the ball in the air very much at all.
No.
And they don't this time either. Number 3, and he makes his way into the end zone from 11 yards out, and now we get a flag.
9-yard line for a touchdown.
New Boston is getting a little bit chippy at the end of these plays with their blocking, and I think they're going to get a personal foul, New Boston, on this one. And this is not one where I think they called flag on both of them, because he kind of just pancaked him down to the ground after the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against New Boston. The touchdown is
so it's going to be after the play, so the touchdown will count. 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Juan Delgado will kick for New Boston.
Good snap and hold. The kick is up. And it is good. 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this.
Need a boost before school? Or a sweet treat to celebrate the big game or a great grade on a test? Brewed fresh, poured bold. Lattes, cold brew, espresso, and more. 2 legendary names, 1 sweet shop. Bluebell plus Tillamook equals scoop and grind magic. More than a shop, it's your local hangout. Great coffee, amazing ice cream, even better company. Win or lose, celebrate with a scoop. Game days taste better at Scoop and Grind. Stop by Scoop and Grind today. Located on Highway 64, just 3 miles from the Grace Upper Campus.
I'll see you soon at Scoop and Grind.
Welcome back to Grace Game Day. New Boston just scored to go up 28-7 with 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the unsportsmanlike penalty against New Boston on that touchdown, Josh, they're going to assess that on the kickoff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So he's going to kick from the 25-yard line here.
Alexander in the receiving formation for the Cougars.
Line drive kick. Taken at the 22. Quickly upfield to the 35. Makes a man miss. Gets across the 40. And moves the pile to the 45-yard line. Great return there by Elijah Hicks. So the Cougars will have great field position here.
Yeah, and right here you got to get a sustainable drive, and you got to put points on the board.
Jaden Figgins, they're making the tackle.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a 3-score game, and the way New Boston ran their offense in the third quarter, you're not going to get very many more possessions in this game. So it is time to make the move, and it's time to strike. The unfortunate part for that whole concept is this New Boston defense is stingy.
Yeah, they are.
Stanley with a quick pass, and it's intercepted. No. Running down the sideline the other way. Nobody's going to catch him. And that is a touchdown for New Boston. Number 5 for the Lions. That pass was tipped, Josh. I can't tell who got their hands on it from this side of the field, but it was tipped, and as it went fluttering into the air, it went right into the hands of number 5, and nobody touched him.
Tips and overthrows is where defensive backs make their living, and he threw that ball into coverage. The ball bounces in the air, and especially on the sideline, when a DB is able to get his hands on the ball on the sidelines like that, that's usually going to go to the house. And just like that, New Boston is in business and up 35-7.
So with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it is 35-7. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this. Welcome back to Grace Game Day. I'm Preston Proctor. Josh McElhaney alongside me for this journey. And we are bringing you Grace Cougars football. Josh, we were talking just moments ago as New Boston was getting ready to kick off about how the mountain was going to be steep from this point forward, and it just got steeper. Grace will begin this drive from the 17-yard line.
That was a big hit there, that return.
Yes, it was. That was, I believe, Elijah Hicks on the return there for Grace.
Ty Glass makes the tackle. Colton Thomas also there defensively for New Boston.
Grace comes out in kind of a bunch formation. Gardner is in the offensive formation here. And it's going to be a handoff to B.A. running toward that bunched side. And he's going to gain about 4, maybe 5. Yeah, we're going to give him 5. And that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Your score after 3, New Boston 35, Grace 7. We'll be back to Grace Game Day right after this.
Need a boost before school? Or a sweet treat to celebrate the big game or a great grade on a test? Brewed fresh, poured bold. Lattes, cold brew, espresso, and more. 2 legendary names, 1 sweet shop. Bluebell plus Tillamook equals scoop and grind magic. More than a shop, it's your local hangout. Great coffee, amazing ice cream, even better company. Win or lose, celebrate with a scoop. Game days taste better at Scoop and Grind. Stop by Scoop and Grind today. Located on Highway 64, just 3 miles from the Grace Upper Campus.
I'll see you soon at Scoop and Grind.
Welcome back to Grace Game Day, where your score as we get ready to start the fourth quarter is New Boston 35 and Grace 7. And Josh, when things start going that direction, they can pile up fast.
Yeah.
2nd down and 4 for Grace as we get started here. It's going to be a handoff to B.A. Room up the middle. Cuts it toward the far sideline. Stiff arms his way across the 40-yard line. That is an all-state first down for the Cougars on this first play from scrimmage in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, good things usually happen when he's got the ball in his hands and able to get the 4th quarter started the right way.
1st and 10.
And this Cougar team, they've been so resilient. They've had so much adversity these last few weeks, but they continue to fight and claw.
Yeah. Injuries and sickness abounding on this team as this school year gets underway.
And just admire the fight.
Absolutely. Stanley's going to keep it, and he's going to gain a hard 8 yards. They'll give him 9. Gets Grace into New Boston territory by the nose of the football. They're going to look to the sideline. Josh, they're kind of in that bunch formation again. Now they're going to switch out of it. Now Porter, Gardner, B.A., and Stinson are all lined up on the near sideline here. Quick pass to B.A., and that's just solid defense by number 20.
Now that's not easy to do. If we had that formation, I'd put my money on B.A. 9 out of 10 times, and that was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent open field tackle.
Yeah, you need a yard for the first down, and then all of a sudden that turns into a 6-yard loss, and that's just not what you see happening on that play very often. 3rd and 7 now as Grace is back in their own territory at the 45. And Stanley's going to keep it following B.A., and he's up near first down yardage, Josh. I think he got it.
I think he got that.
And he did. There we go. Finally get a signal there. So that's an all-state first down as Grace gets their way back into Lion territory at the 48-yard line.
Grace Community at the New Boston 48.
Clock operator's ready to go home, Josh.
Yeah, he is.
He starts that clock about 5 seconds early every time. Quick screen pass out to B.A. Trying to get to the corner and just not able to get there, Josh. We're going to lose, looks like a yard on the play.
Yeah, just great pursuit. Oh, no. We got an injury down.
Official timeout on the field.
So while we're taking care of that, we're going to look at some sponsors and say thank you to a few of them. We are so very thankful for our sponsors this year with Grace Game Day. I want to say a big thank you to Harley's. Harley's is a great place to get menswear, suits, sport jackets, dress pants, dress shirts, casual shirts. They've got really nice shoes and socks and belts and ties and just all of the good things. Located next to Dakota's Steakhouse in Tyler behind the Broadway Square Mall. Go check out Harley's and see what they've got for you, men. You will not be disappointed. I'd also like to say a big thank you to Monette Taylor. We've called her name a few times tonight with Allstate. She is the Allstate agent in White House. Her office is right there on Highway 110, and so we appreciate her for her support. And if you have any kind of insurance questions or needs, I would encourage you to go visit with her. I can tell you this, she's a lady of integrity. She'll be very honest with you, and she will take very good care of you and your family. So go see her. Allstate office right there in White House. Josh, that was Luke Anderson there and he's able to be helped off the field. And hope that he's okay.
Yeah, couldn't really see what happened on that play. I don't know if he got rolled up with all the bodies that was there, but hopefully he's all right as he makes his way to the sideline.
Line of scrimmage is the 45-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Shotgun snap to Stanley, quick out to McQuay, and just cut down for a loss of a yard.
Cole Stanley, pass complete to Justice McQuay.
3rd down and 8 for the Cougars. Just over 9 minutes remaining in this ball game.
3rd down, and now leading 7 from the New Boston 45-yard line.
Stanley in the gun. BA next to him. And it's going to be a handoff to BA. He got company in the backfield immediately.
Oh, that's a horse collar.
Horse collar. And I do see the flag. Josh, I didn't see the flag for a moment.
Braden Alexander, the ball carrier, has the pass from Cole Stanley. There are penalty flags on
So that is going to give Grace an all-state 1st down. That was one of those times, Josh, BA was getting the corner turned there, so hence the horse collar tackles. They just lunged out and grabbed him by his jersey, but you cannot grab in that collar line and pull them down from behind. And that's going to move this line of scrimmage all the way down to the 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Cougars. And Josh, this is where you're playing for next week.
Yeah.
Stanley with that wide pitch again to BA. It's on the turf, and BA is able to fall on it.
Braden Alexander, the ball carrier.
It's going to be a big loss on the play.
Yeah, that pitch is just hard to handle.
Brings up 2nd down and 16 as we get ready to go under 8 minutes remaining in the game. And Josh, you know, again, you're playing for next week at this point. You know, you've got district play starting next week. One thing that you really would love to see is for this team to at least get a semblance of healthy. Stanley's going to run. And he's going to make his way back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you just want to see him start to get healthy, start to get some guys back. Unfortunately, we had some more injuries here tonight. It's just been one of those starts to the season. But, you know, talking to Coach Russell, there's a lot of guys playing tonight kind of out of position. And, you know, it's still early in the season. We got district play coming up, so, you know, going through this type of adversity can build a lot of character for a team. And these guys have shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, a lot of togetherness. You haven't seen any quit or bad body language. So they've handled the adversity very well.
And we're going to get a timeout for the Cougars here. This is their first timeout of the half. That timeout brought to you by Scoop and Grind. 35-7 is our score. I want to say thank you to Hope Church for being a sponsor of Grace Game Day this year. Hope Church is located in White House, Texas, where their mission is to anchor people in the hope of Jesus Christ. Josh, in the world that we're living in today, that hope in Jesus is really all we've got to hold on to.
It really is. It really is.
Thank you, Hope Church, for supporting Grace Game Day this year. We appreciate that so much. Grace with 7:02 left in this ball game. After this timeout, they're going to be facing a 3rd down and 11, and obviously at this point you are in 4-down territory. So you got 2 plays here to get 11 yards.
There's just no airflow up here in this box.
There's not.
It is so stuffy and humid up here.
The only airflow we've got is the hot air that's coming out of my mouth. I've been talking for 3 hours, and it's just not helping things at all. 3rd and 11. And it's going to be a pitch to B.A. looking to pass. He's got Porter looking for the end zone. Up in the air and incomplete. We got flags. And Josh Porter was open for a moment.
Yeah, it was just slightly underthrown. But, again, you're seeing here what happened earlier to Grace on the other side of the field where the ball's underthrown, the defensive back trying to make a play just gets there too early. I mean, on those underthrows, unless the defensive back gets his head around and is able to make a play on the ball, they're going to get a penalty almost every time.
Yep. And so now the thing on this one, Josh, is the defender was ball hawking on his way over. But as he got to where Porter was, he took his eyes off the ball and he just went straight for Porter. And he did get there too early.
Yeah.
And so that is going to be a pass interference against the Lions, and it's going to give Grace another all-state 1st down. And that's going to move them into the East Texas Nutrition red zone. They'll set up shop at the 16-yard line. 1st down and 10. Gardner in motion. It's going to be a give to B.A. and just runs into the line of scrimmage. And, Josh, there's not even a lane for him to run through. There's nowhere to go.
New Boston has done a fantastic job of just clogging up the middle. That defensive front has really made their presence felt throughout this game. And all the damage that we've had running the ball outside of a few Cole Stanley run, quarterback keeps up the middle, has been at the edge. That front has been a force tonight.
Stanley in the backfield by himself. Empty set. Rushed out immediately. Running. Gets a good block from Porter and turns the corner to the 5. Out of bounds.
And I don't think that was a designed run, but as he got the ball and started into his bootleg, there was like 3 New Boston Lions in his face already, and so he had to kind of get out of trouble. And as he turned the corner, there was a lot of green grass in front of him and able to make a great run inside the 5-yard line. And you love the fight that Grace is continuing to show here.
1st and goal from the 3. Stanley in an empty set again. This time he's keeping all the way up the middle. Rolls over the defender to the 1. Grace in the East Texas Nutrition red zone. Knocking on the door here, trying to punch this into the end zone as we're just under midway through this 4th quarter. Stanley with an empty set again. Line of scrimmage is the 2. 2nd and goal. And he's keeping it all the way up the middle, pushing. Turned back just inside the 1.
Cole Stanley in the ball carrier. Eli Walker makes the tackle. Along with Evan Stupar.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from about the half-yard line. B.A. coming back into the game here. Gardner in the game.
For the Cougars.
3rd down and goal. B.A. to the left of Stanley. Stanley going to keep it, and he's going to lose yardage. Back to the 5.
Cole Stanley the ball carrier. Eli Moore makes the tackle.
And you got to go for this.
And now we got a flag late.
penalty flags on the field.
It's another unsportsmanlike conduct against New Boston.
There's been quite a few of those.
And so that is going to make it first down and goal for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's going to bring up an automatic first down.
And I'm assuming it's going to put the ball at the 2-yard line. Yep, that's where they're headed, it looks like. So a fresh set of downs, and the line of scrimmage is the 2.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against New Boston results in a first and goal for the Cougars.
Clock running now. It's a bunch formation. B.A. is in the Wildcat here. Snap to B.A. He's going to follow the blockers now, cuts back inside, and spins his way through a tackle. And so now we're back inside the 1 again.
Brady Alexander, the ball carrier.
And the New Boston defense is getting feisty again.
Davey Sherman makes the tackle.
Second down and goal from the 1. Snap to B.A. Steps out of a blocker, or a tackler, excuse me, and no gain.
Good night.
It's going to bring up third down and goal.
I think Grace may have gotten away with a false start on that one.
I think they did, Josh. So once again, Josh, the ball is inside the 1-yard line. It's third and goal as we're hitting the 3-minute mark. And I think we're getting a timeout here. Yeah, that's going to be a timeout called by New Boston. That is their first timeout of the half.
Now, I don't know if you practice these or not, but with Cole Stanley being as long as he is and being this close to the goal line, is this one where you have him line up under center and then just take that ball and stick it up in the air? It's a risky play, but this front for New Boston has proven to be formidable.
I mean, Josh, when you stop and think about it, we're about to run essentially our 7th straight play inside the 5-yard line due to a whole fresh set of downs inside the 5, getting all the way to 4th down, getting the unsportsmanlike penalty, and now here we are, third down and goal again. I think it's time to – I mean, I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles, but maybe we should take a play out of their playbook here and push. Let's do something. Stanley is the quarterback. They've got that bunch formation to the left, Josh. And they're going to run it to the right side, and he's there. That's a Biomax touchdown for the Grace Cougars.
Just love the sheer determination and sheer will that time.
This extra point brought to you by Hager Family Law. Josh, I do love the just no quit in this Cougar team.
There's a lot of heart, a lot of character on this team. You can coach a lot of things. You can't coach heart and character, and this team has that. And so as they handle this adversity, the extra point is going to be good.
Low snap again, handled well by Elijah Hicks.
As they continue to weather the storms and handle this adversity, the character of this team only continues to grow. No quit whatsoever. They continue to play hard all the way to the very last whistle, and that's all you can ask for in a football team. You don't see any finger pointing. You don't see any moping, no poor attitudes. Just a great group of guys we got.
You know, Josh, you bring up a great point, and Coach Russell even referred to this in one of our conversations with him. He talked about that with this team, after a loss, there's no finger pointing on this team, as you just mentioned. They don't point fingers at one another and, you know, you did this or you didn't do this. He said every guy out there on that team is looking inward and saying, what could I have done better?
Yeah.
Where did I miss the mark? And that just shows great character.
Yeah, and let's give a shout-out to the coaching staff, because great leadership produces great character, and we've got great leadership on that sideline. Great coaches who are helping these young men develop into fine young men, and we can't say enough about the leadership of Coach Russell and the rest of the coaches on that coaching staff.
Absolutely the truth. So this kickoff brought to you by Harley's, and it is a squib kick up the middle. Nice play. Fielding it there. Number 23 for the Lions. Wow. Yeah, Josh, you know, Coach Russell, and then he's got his coordinators, Coach Castles and Coach Fleet. And, you know, when you run down the line, you got Radcliffe, Fox, Garza, Wells, Washington, Starks, Soller, Kennedy, Johnston, and Hemphill. Just all of those guys, first-class guys.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you this: if I had a son that was on this team, I would be more than pleased with the men that are shaping his life and speaking into him.
Oh, 100%, 100%. We are absolutely blessed here at Grace Community with excellent leadership from the top down, and these young men on the field are just a byproduct of that. We get ready here on this first down play.
And I will be very, very honest. I'm not sure what the discussion's going on here. The officials, as New Boston was heading toward the field, the official stopped them and waved them back. And now here we go. Play clock's running. And New Boston looks like they're in a victory formation. And they're going to take a knee with 2:41 remaining in the ball game. And I'm trying to think, is there enough time on these play clocks to get this all the way down to zeros at 2:41?
I don't think there is, but I think they're just going to kneel it, run it down as much time as they can, and then punt on fourth down. Kind of just a show of sportsmanship, I imagine.
I guess, and I guess, are we still going to stop at the 2-minute timeout? Does not appear to be so. So they take another knee. That's going to put this at third down now. And they're going to take this down to about a minute left before they have to snap it again. And I think what they're going to do is take a timeout. Now the official is signaling to reset the play clock. And so what's happening with that, Josh, is one more knee will do it now, as the game clock is hitting 1 minute and there's still 34 seconds left on the play clock. So with resetting the play clock there, one more knee will do it. one more snap there. And that'll do it. Josh, there was a Grace player that ran in there on that last kneel down, and he got a conference with Coach Russell the whole way back to the sideline.
Game time next week here at Limestone will be 7 p.m.
And so the final score from New Boston 35, Grace 14. Josh, Coach Russell told us coming into this game that New Boston was a really good team.
Yeah.
And it proved to be very true. They had just a stellar ground attack. Really, Josh, on both sides of the ball as far as the line was concerned, their offensive line and defensive line,
very stout.
Very, very good.
Yeah, and that's typically a recipe for success whenever you're able to control the line of scrimmage on both the offensive and the defensive side. And so, kudos to New Boston, obviously a well-coached team. And, hard-fought game. I don't think the score is really indicative of how this game really played out. I mean, you take away the pick six that kind of bounced off the hands there, and it's a two-score game. Grace had plenty of opportunities to, keep this game competitive. And, you think, you've got a backup quarterback in. You've got a lot of guys playing out of position. You've got injuries. You've got sicknesses going on. But still, they showed a lot of heart, a lot of fight. And even though the score looks a lot more one-sided than it really was, they fought hard all the way to the end.
Yes, they did. They did. We will definitely, no doubt about that. And again, as we mentioned already, just you love the heart of this team. They show heart week in and week out. And, they've faced, as we've already said, a lot of adversity. To say a lot of adversity is really a woeful understatement. And so they've just faced it, and they overcome it, and they keep on going, and they keep on fighting. And at the end of the day, you can't ask for really any more than that.
No, and from here, you just hope that guys start to get healthy, that this sickness plague that's been going around the campus, I know it hit my house really hard, goes away. And we have a good week of practices this week, and, the guys are able to bounce back next week. And as we head into district play, really get their feet back under them. And, this is a team that started this year with a lot of promise. Big win in Queen City, went toe-to-toe with the back-to-back defending state champs, and Dallas First Baptist. And, here these last couple weeks, things haven't really gone our way, but you wouldn't know it by just seeing the attitude and the character of these guys on the field, and that's a good sign for the rest of the season.
Yes, absolutely, Josh. Absolutely. And so we are going to be getting ready now to pack this up, Josh, and make the long trek back to Tyler.
Yep.
From the bottom of our heart, guys, thank you so much for tuning into Grace Game Day. We appreciate all of you so much, and we're so glad and proud. And then when you combine those words, you say things like "groud." But hey, it's time to eat, is what it is. But we're so proud to be part of this Grace family and on this journey with you, and bring you Grace Game Day, your front row seat to Grace Cougar Athletics. And it's going to be a fun week next week as Austin Brentwood comes to town and we get district play underway in football. And so we will be looking forward to that game. Guys, listen, come out and support these kids. Fill up Clyde Perkins Stadium on Friday night. Make some noise. Let them know that you are behind them. And then also next week on the 23rd, which that is going to be on Tuesday, we will be bringing to you volleyball action as Grace takes on Gorman at Gorman. And so we'll be bringing that volleyball game to you on Tuesday night. And then, of course, on to Friday night's football game against Austin Brentwood. That is at Clyde Perkins Stadium kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m., and so we are looking forward to that. And, guys, again, tough night on the scoreboard, but this team just continues to fight and claw and grow and overcome adversity. And at the end of the day, that's really what counts. And so we're thankful for that. Josh, great job tonight, as always, and enjoy doing this with you.
Absolutely.
And as my son is running in the end zone doing his own touchdown dance, he has no idea. He is running for the pylon, and he just dove. Yep, there you go. He's 6 years old, guys.
He got it, though. That was
there we go. Hold up. Let me just, for anybody that's still on, this is I got my sophomore that is in drumline, but there's my football player right there. He's in Miss Barton's kindergarten class. And that boy is wide open all the time, and he is scoring touchdowns. And, Josh, I'm thankful that he's scoring touchdowns right now. I will say that because it's a long drive home, and I want him to sleep.
Sleep good.
So, all right, guys, we appreciate you tuning in tonight for Grace Game Day. Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of your Friday evening. Until next time.
So long, everybody.